Is water good or bad? Either way, it can teach us an important lesson about self-control. Let's take a look at it. There are a lot of reasons why water is good. We drink it to keep ourselves healthy, we use it to clean dirty dishes, we use it to launder our smelly clothes, and we even use it to wash our own bodies. We use it to cook food, to grow gardens, to fill swimming pools. But did you know that even water is necessary to make paper? What? And of course, we all know that firefighters use a lot of water to fight fires. Water is so important that you can't even live 3 days without it. Well, that makes water sound like it's really good. But water can also be very destructive and dangerous when it's out of control. If a water pipe breaks in your house, the water is no longer controlled in that pipe and it can flood part of your house. There are small water pipes in our houses, but depending on where you live, there could be huge underground water pipes that carry water to houses, businesses, and fire hydrants. They are called water mains, and if they break, those can be out of control and cause massive damage. So, the amount of water that comes from a water main break can flood streets, including houses and other buildings that are along the street. And as water shoots from the ground, it can create a large hole in the ground, and sometimes that hole is even big enough to fit a car in it. This water can do much more harm than good sometimes. But why? Because it's out of control. The powerful and massive amounts of water gushing out of the damaged pipe cause problems for the surroundings. That doesn't mean that the water is bad, it means it needs to be under control. In the same way, there are things in our lives that need to be under control. God has given us certain abilities and desires, but they can be harmful to others and ourselves if we don't show self-control. Self-control is resisting temptation so that I can do what's right. It says no to wrong thoughts, attitudes, and actions. So God has given you emotions. He has given you the ability to feel happy, sad, calm, excited, fear, courage. Those emotions aren't bad, but if you allow them to get out of control, they can cause damage. And if you become angry and decide to hit someone out of that emotion is out of control. So God has given you the ability to talk, eat, think, sleep. These are all good things, but they can get out of control. So like in Proverbs 29:20, it talks about speaking before you think. It says, "Do you see a man hasty in his words? There is more hope for a fool than for him." Overeating or eating too many bad things, it can lead to sickness. God tells us that we're supposed to control our thoughts and not let them wander in. In Philippians 4:8 it says, "Finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue, and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate or think on these things." So getting too little sleep also allows your body to go crazy. If you maybe have too much sleep, then it's a sign of laziness, and it hinders you from getting the job done that you're supposed to get done. So remember that self-control is resisting temptation so I can do what is right. In the same way that water is good when it's under control, our ability and desires are good when we use them the way that God wants us to use them. This week, practice self-control by thinking about one thing that you have a hard time saying no to, and then replace it with something better. For example, snack on fruit instead of junk food, or read a good book instead of playing a video game. And when you control water with a faucet, check on yourself and see if you're showing self-control.